Bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to the country of Louisiana. Wonderful country on the coasts of the Missouri River, the central parts of the United States in our universe. But in an alternate universe, it is another place. A place that was colonized by the French. And we're on our way to the petit village, the little town of Rinard. And this is Mr. Keaton. He's on his way. He's just started to decide to develop and grow a little city into something much bigger. Why, you ask? Because he has a vision. He has a vision to take advantage of the beauties of the northern plains, and so he's on his way to settle in and make a big change in our little village of Rinard. And see, he's driving along the highway here. And before too long, he will get to Rinard. I thought we could do a little, with the free-to-play this weekend of City Skylines, I thought I would give you a taste of some things I want to do. Get your feedback, see if it's something you'd be interested to watch on our Brave Squad channel, or if I should move it to my personal channel. But this is me broadening my strokes and welcoming you into the things that I'm interested into. So with that, we'll stop following Phil here. You can watch as he pulls in here. He drives past Lori's Lentils, takes the turn and goes down, because Rinard is a resort city, or at least it was. But with recent discoveries of deposits in the region of useful materials, people decided that they're going to take advantage of it, which means there's jobs, which means people move, which means houses are getting built. As you can see, what used to be a sleepy waterfront resort is now becoming a titan of industry. And as you can see, there's Mr. Keaton pulling in. We're going to go ahead and add him to our followed citizens list. And we will go ahead and go from there. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of a city going here. We've recently expanded. Phil inherited, yes, it's Phil. His name is Phil. He inherited some land from his father, and so he's lobbied the town council to extend and expand our main street here, which right now, I don't see a name on it. That's okay. We'll go ahead and expand it out one extension here. It's Hamilton Street. They were fans of the musical in our universe. But he's going to ask them to sign off on extending a spur to make a nice, beautiful residential neighborhood. So we'll extend that out. Nice 200 meters. But we're going to go ahead and switch it to a solid. We're not needing the curvy tool just yet. There you go. And we'll connect that back into Main Street. It's going to be messy, but that's kind of how things are in real life. Alright. But he's not done here. He wants to make a bunch of city blocks. So he's going to go ahead and do shorter blocks to make sure that he can fit in his vision, because being a country of French speakers, Louisiane likes to emulate the French. And so that means a slightly different pattern of building than maybe we're used to in the States. And so he has in mind some beautiful row houses. And as you can see, they're already building in. And he's going to go ahead and start putting out ads on national radio saying, "Come to Rinard. Rinard, the city of the north." They're up in the beautiful Osage. And they're working hard at that. Meanwhile, we've got some commercial demand, and so the town fathers are going to, of course, want to expand the 4-lane other main road, because, as you know, crossroads.
See you at the crossroads.
What's this road, you ask? Why, it's Sunnyside Street. When he heard about this, of course, Phil went ahead and lobbied the town fathers to let him have priority purchase of the newly opened up lands. And he's wanting to go ahead and... There we go. He's going to encroach on some people's streets with Hamilton Street, but he doesn't care. He's got his vision for the city. He grew up here, young lad. Always wanted to have a place that was a little bit more fun, a little bit more exciting, like the capital, like Paris-sur-Missouri, the capital of the area. And so he's pushing hard. He's built up friendships over the years, and he is intent on flexing every muscle he's got to bring his vision to bear. Now, we don't have the sneaky tricksies that some other YouTubers have, but I do know of ways to work around it. It's not perfect. Honestly, I don't really like it, but it's what I've got, and so it's what I'll do. So there you see, we've got some expanding commercial zones. Town fathers happily welcoming new businesses. Now let's see. So you can see moving along quite well, quite solid clip. But Phil's not the only one. Phil's got a nemesis. His former friend, Georges Dulac, has decided that he's not going to be the only one making money on this deal. Phil is going to have some direct competition. And so, with a little help from the town council, because Georges has his own connections, Georges is going to lobby to keep this pristine area as a historic district, denying Phil of the coastline, which, you know, it's gonna make him mad, but that's okay. It's gonna be okay, because Georges has a slightly different vision. This is a tourist town, always has been. And so for Georges, you gotta channel it. You gotta channel that inner tourist. Where's our overlapping shape? Why are we overlapping? Yes, I'm learning the game as I'm playing it. That's part of the fun, right? There we go, the road is built. Josh has in mind something a little more suburban-y. And with appropriate demand, he's going to take it. But single-family homes instead. And he's not going to hesitate to throw in a roundabout here and there to make his own mark on the city. So this is the Dulac neighborhood with Myrtle Street and Cooper Lane. It's an interesting country, Louisiana. It's bordered by the North American League. It's also often had wars over the territory. But they're independent, and happily so. They tell the Coveys they can go home. There's still some animosity. So let's watch as that fills in. In fact, George isn't having the plat from the city. He's making his own. This will be Dulac Circle. And he can't rename Myrtle Street, they won't allow it. But that's okay. He won't be bothered by it. He's going to sit on his investments for a minute. But don't forget Phil. He's got his master plan of density going. And he's jumping on it with full speed. Let's see here. We have some need for industry. But let's take a quick look. How are things going for this little village of Rinard? Got some good solid income. Production is not something we can look at just yet. Taxes look good. Budget looks good. Well, let's look out here at our little area. Our little industrial zone. Are we not allowed? It's because of the power plant. But that's okay. Oops. Alright. This new development is Rue d'Azote, or Nitrogen Street. And this one is, because of the Germans in the area, it gets a little jumbled. And so this one's actually going to be called Assierstrasse. Why? Because we got some nice deposits going over here. Got some deposits over here of some coal, and knowing that they can make a quick buck by extracting this coal, and let's get that angles. I always get messed up with these. That's okay. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna extend this out to increase our area where we can mine that coal. There we go, and bring this last one down. There we go. Colossal ore. But let's see if we can't get a little bit more just generic business in here. Town fathers were wise and put the industrial zone out here, out at the far edge of town. Seeing his subdivisions getting mostly done, of course, Phil Keaton here is going to not be left without stock, as it were, and so he is already planning the next phase of his development, Keaton Acres. So he's going to expand it out another, let's do it a 96, sure. But he likes his straight roads, Phil does. Let us see here. We will do this, but we're going to turn off all the things to kind of force it. No, I don't want to connect. Thank you. No, don't connect. And we'll also not connect there. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Phil goes before the planning board, the town fathers, and asks for his permission to expand, and he does. See, how are we doing? Adding in that hospital. Let's see, 10 to 24K a month. It's time. This will be CHU Dulac, because Georges is old money. and he is going to fund the special creation of the local clinic because it's too far to go to one of the neighboring villages and towns. And the ambulances are going ahead and they're taking care of everybody. French are different. They do like to address things in a slightly different way. So in our city we have a crematorium. And I'm hoping desperately that this does not tank our budget. Because unfortunately I've had things like this do that. Okay. There we go. Beautiful little city here, Rinard. And I'll keep building for a little bit yet, but I did want to give you a chance to vote. So if you would like to see me play more of Rinard and more of City Skylines 2 in general, I'm just going to play it vanilla. At least for this series, if not others. But vote in the comment section and let me know. Do you like this type of game? Do you like these kind of stories where we are inventing, creating, developing these little cities of, you know, maybe little places that you wouldn't think about otherwise. Is this something that pickles your fancy? It tickles your fancy? Then let me know. Dispensation to clear the open space. Georges Dulac, of course, is happy to make a little bit more money off of his little area here. But he'll expand more. He's got plans. And of course, Keaton is rapidly hitting the end of his area here, and his development in the downtown is much more profitable for the city, and they, of course, are in his pocket on this front. Construction begins toward the end of June on, well, we'll say it's June, but it's not really June. It's been some time. They're going to extend Main Street quite a bit. They've got faith in Keaton. But working with the fathers, he knows there needs to be a town, a local school. So Keaton's going to go ahead and he's going to expand his offering, but also Keaton School is going to get founded here on the corner of streets we're going to rename. And so Ecole Keaton has been founded here. As you can see, that's given the city a big hit in their budget. The town fathers weren't thinking ahead very much when they did that. The town fathers are me. We'll pull this out though, friends. We've got this. We've already got production, so we can start not importing, but rather exporting. And we'll do that next time. We'll work on that. We'll get taxes and everything into a more favorable zone. But until then, this is Rinard, and we're glad to have you. Bye.